Good morning. Sorry and apologies a little early for the breeziness, which will probably affect our sound a little bit, but it is just too freaking gorgeous to be outside right now. That we had no choice but to make you deal with the sound issues if there are any.
We'll just get our champagne.
Ooh, get
you
the
don't want champagne.
Yes, look now.
Fiji,
Fiji, why are you eating a rock?
she's not the smartest.
Morning, Kayla. How's it going? Ooh, it really is windy out here today. I don't know if we'll be able to leave these torches on. We're just getting stuff set up as usual. Hopefully I'm not catching my hair on fire. But I can't process very well anyway until my drink is brought to me. There we go. Okay. Charcoal is going. Ziggy, good morning. Dragon Dancer, good morning. Evoluge, Tascala, good morning. Paranormal, good morning. We'll have video on in just a second. We are getting the last pieces set up because we had to reconfigure a little bit. So, can you grab the print also on the printer too? And the Hear Me Friends thing. It's probably on top of the piano. Okay. Look, we got up early today and had all kinds of things set up, and then we just kind of like got talking about life and got into a whole bunch of other stuff. So as soon as Rook gets back here, we're going to get rolling. We have a fun show today. And yeah, I just remembered, I can actually pull this up remotely. I always forget that. I don't know why. Let's see, office.com. Sunday service notes. I forget that I can bring them up right here. I am Dunsey today. Woke up today for the first time in about 2 weeks without a headache. This is the first time. I'm so excited about that because my head has been hurting so bad, mostly from the lack of reduction in caffeine and the complete cold turkey quitting of all the fake sugar shit. So, but we're going to talk today about books we're currently reading, of course. We have the next episode of ETS, Eclipsing the Shadow. We are going to put it out probably today. It was a fun one. It's a shorter one. But we did have a lot of fun with it, talking about cards 3 and 4 on the Star of Discovery with Christine Jetty. So we'll mention that a little bit and talk about some other things we're doing. We'll go through a little bit of our normal stuff with astrology. And then our topic today is a year to live. So being the time of year that it is, and, you know, just Yule in general, even Christmas, if that's what you like to celebrate. It's a time of really trying to figure out, well, between this and New Year's too, of really trying to figure out what is our next step, what are we doing, what is our plan in life, right? And so a year to live is going to really talk about the value of time. So I will actually read the whole thing, just because it was so, to me, it was so meaningful, and I really wanted to use this as a topic today. So we will be doing that as well, if I can actually find it, because it's somewhere on my stuff. But anyway, and I did share on Facebook, so you might have seen it. It's about really about the author of A Clockwork Orange. It's kind of where it comes from. So that'll be interesting. We're going to talk a little bit about Yule last night and how we really enjoyed that. And we're going to burn some Yule incense, too, that we have left over. So that's kind of the lowdown of just, you know, the stuff that we're going to be looking at and talking about today.
Ooh, the fire.
Yes. Now, it is blowing down a little bit, so we may have to close them off.
Watch my hair.
I'll watch your hair.
My hair.
Your hair.
I want to smell like
you.
burnt hair.
Did you find it? Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
And these are the 2 print and the new ones?
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm going to give you that. Your copy. Because I'm going to read this last part when we start on our stuff. What do I want to start with? I think we should start with just a little bit of sage.
Okay, sounds good.
To get the cleansing going. If we want to go ahead and do circle and get this video rolling. Usually I like to just be on the audio for the whole 15-30 minutes, but I think I like getting to the...
That smells so good. Good morning, everybody.
Getting our video going, but... Yeah, let's roll. Oh, do I have any tongs? I thought... Oh, yeah. Here we go.
There were some over here.
I got them. Those are about dead. All right. Roll it.
Hear me, friends and ancestors from the east. Hear my voice carried on the air of clarity and truth. Watch over us as we cast our circle of safety and love.
See me, friends and ancestors from the south. See my flame of passion and creation seared into the energy of the universe. Watch over us as we cast our circle of limitless possibilities.
Feel me, friends and ancestors from the west. Feel my love, fear, sadness, and joy washed into the waters of the rivers of compassion. Watch over us as we cast our circle of connection and motion.
Reach me, friends and ancestors from the north. Reach my feet and hands, the earth in my toes, and the work of my fingers. Watch over us as we cast our circle of the earth.
Know me, friends and ancestors from the ether. Know my intent, know my heart, and know my spirit. Watch over us as we ask you all to join us in perfect love and perfect trust.
Hear, see, feel, reach, and know that the circle is safe, the circle is sacred, and the circle is cast.
Be it so.
So mote it be. Blessed be. I'm smoking my drink.
What?
Like as in smoking, it's getting smoked, like smoked food.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. My head looks so much smaller than yours. I love it. It's because you sit
Yeah.
at the edge of your chair.
Oh.
So that's close. I'm going to zoom in over there on your head.
Do it. I dare you.
No, because then I'll have to figure out how to get it back.
I never know where to look.
The camera. It's got a red light, a light on it. A white light, not red. We got a lot to talk about today. And very exciting. And yes, Ziggy, I am so happy for you getting some time off. That is so absolutely necessary.
Enjoy it. That's awesome.
Play back there.
Ziggy.
Yes. I love seeing that we have so many people coming in and checking it out. Thank you for that. I'm trying to get a little better about posting it in different places, but about deleted Facebook today. Yeah, don't lean your head into that, please.
That would. Hey, will it boost the views?
It might.
I can't
I don't
control
think I would
my
try
fire.
it though.
No.
No, that's stay back, please.
I have an issue with controlling my fire. I've got to still working on that.
So during our calling the corners as we do and casting our circle, we burned a little bit of sage, and now we're going to burn a little bit of copal. I'm using just basic single things right now, so if anybody's interested, these are generally sought after as cleansing and protection kind of resins. So I'm burning resins currently. Well, sage was the leaf. We like to stay local, so we don't burn, or actually we don't purchase any more white sage or any other kind of sage except for desert sage, which is mugwort, and then garden sage is actually not bad. So when you do garden sage, you can burn that and get something similar. You okay?
Yes, I have to get the coquito
Okay.
to imbue.
I'm sure that was necessary right in the middle of that conversation, wasn't it?
I'm so sorry.
No, he's not. Not even a little bit. So we're doing sage first, which is really good for cleansing. Copal, also very good for cleansing and protection. And then we're going to do a little bit of frankincense, again separate, same thing. And then we're going to move into, just so you guys know what the smoke is and the scent that we're using, we're going to move into some benzoin, which is a much calmer scent to me. Benzoin is much more relaxing. It's kind of like just, we're here, it's protection too, but it's much more, to me, it's much more calm, even though benzoin sounds much more like a medicine. So you are looking at coquito, if I said it right, which from the amazing Victor.
Thank you, Victor.
Mystic Manny.
What I was showing is the awesome way he packaged
Sealed it. Yes, that is too cool.
with the pentagram seal, wax seal. This is so awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to probably finish it in a minute.
Yeah, this will be finished.
Knowing you, you're going to drop it, so put it down, please. You can put it on the table. Put it next to the wood discs.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That should do it.
that should be fine. Oh, it's so good. I'm so excited. So, and then the last one that we'll probably do is either some Holy Land, which is kind of like an Indian mix, and then our fall Yule that we do that we burned last night for Yule mix. So I always get excited with scents. Probably throw some pine in there too, because that's another one of my things there. So let's get some more Cabal. So let's start with how we normally start. What have you been reading?
Well,
We have not been reading as much as we
I
normally
have not
do.
been reading
Neither of us, but we've
as
got a lot
much
going on.
because
It's okay.
November was really like reading focused. Of kind
God,
of
is
like
that different champagne?
there's a lot going on with our work, so we've kind of needed to do in a way what Ziggy's doing and take a little rest and a lot of work around the house and stuff. But
I don't want you to catch
I'm
on
still
fire.
reading Practical Magic, Lords of the Left-Hand Path. And before we get off of here, I will get the author, but I ordered a neat book on magical writing or writing as magical, and I have not started that yet.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Might I just add, like the whole thing with the champagne, I'm thinking, since I have, I'm starting to give up things that are really unhealthy, I'm starting to taste things a lot better too. Like,
Maybe
so-
that's what it is.
So because I gave up completely, so I have no fake sugar. So I would assume things are going to start tasting sweeter, right? Because that fake sugar has been so overpoweringly sweet. Like this tastes amazing. Oh my god! Like it's a completely different drink. So I'm going to highly recommend if you drink a lot of soda. I mean, even regular soda, but if you drink a lot of diet soda, diet sweeteners, I just get away from them. Getting rid of them has put me in such a hangover for the last week and a half. And now that today's the first day I've woken up without a headache, I feel so much clearer, so much more even, so much better. And things are just tasting so much better. Like, seriously. I thought that was going to happen with smoking. But anyway.
Well, that's good because you used to drink, 6 or so
Easily.
Diet Pepsis
That's probably
a day,
a
so
low
that's
end.
good.
The low end, yeah. And there's not a whole lot of caffeine in them. It's the diet. It's the sugar stuff. But I am telling you, oh my god, so good. So let's see. Yeah. The thing with well, let me go back because that's a conversation I could really get into about sage and kind of where we source things. I don't know how much of both sage and Palo Santo is a manufactured issue, but ultimately it's not necessary to do what we need to do. So why utilize it as a natural resource when we have so much local things to use? But that's a whole nother story. I have moved on to the Expanse 2 on Kindle. I'm very excited about that after the alien life form that was destined to destroy Earth missed, and they now have grown together in some kind of weird glob of love onto Venus. I think it was Venus. But it's so good. You should read it if you haven't. And then Mastering Magic, I'm almost done. I slowed down quite a bit in that because I've been reading back through some of the things and doing, like we did talk about last week, we actually did the bath salt, which is amazing. And it's given me so many more ideas to do different things. But also realizing that we should not use real cinnamon bark oil. Thanks to
Lynn. No.
Well, Lynn too, but I was thinking more Curtis. And the discussion about using cinnamon and ritual bath. VG! She's digging. Come here. Sorry, guys. She's digging, and her dig is throwing the dirt into the pool.
Oh, you're not wrapped around. Come on.
No, she's not wrapped around. She's digging. And then we did. So polyvagal yesterday did end up, and I apologize. I should have said something, and I thought I did. That we would not be able to get on. I didn't know about everybody else, but I guess there was nobody on the polyvagal thing, which I think we kind of figured would happen. But we had Yule yesterday, so that's kind of why that occurred. But we do want to start that back up. But I agree with Scarlett wanting to wait until after the new year. So after the new year, we'll start back up on Saturday, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, doing the polyvagal groups. Anyway, still reading through that polyvagal and doing the exercises on there is really fun. And if anybody wants to get some insight, go into Two Pondering Pagans. Check out my my map. I need to make some changes to it, but the map is there, and it's pretty interesting. If you don't have the Two Pondering Pagans Discord, you will get it. There will be an invite in the chat in just a minute. It'll come up. So yeah.
And can we talk about yesterday, since you mentioned it that we weren't on there?
It is on the list.
Okay.
That is the Discord link. VG says hello.
Hello.
But yeah, we can. When we get to it.
What have you manifested lately?
I manifested you getting the dog where I didn't have to stand up. There's your paw. Clean.
I need it.
You do.
I need the strongest.
So we did record our Eclipse in the Shadow work. It is done. It's edited. It's just ready to upload. I meant to do it Friday, completely forgot. So I'm going to upload it probably today. So if you're interested in us going through the Tarot Shadow work with Christine Jetty, that will be posted today. Sometime this afternoon or this evening, I would think. Which I'm super excited about.
We have 2 more cards in the first spread, right?
And then we can move on to the next chapters and start going through it again. And I think
do
we'll
the regular videos.
We're going to do some lives that focus on that stuff too here in the near future. We've also talked about doing a couple of live either YouTube or Twitch streams. And what might happen is Rook might stream on Twitch and I might stream on YouTube doing tarot, just reading tarot. That way we hit both sides and you'll see us both and we can stream to both because we're 2 completely different people, which I think is going to be kind of fun. And Podcraft, we still have to do some things. I was holding my paper down.
Sorry, I'm going to snip it.
We still have to do some things with our crafting area to get it set up the way we want. But that doesn't mean we're not going to do Podcraft. We've been trying to say, look, we'll wait until not yet.
Huh?
I already told everybody the order that it's going. You can put the copal in.
This is universe interfering.
No, this is universe stopping you from making a mistake.
Can I put the whole thing?
You can.
It looks like didn't it look like a
Little quartz.
little quartz?
Yeah. Don't mess my juju. I got the scent juju, boo. Move it.
Okay. Here, why don't you stand directly in the path?
Who usually does the incense? Where is it found? In whose box? Which incenses have you made or burned by yourself?
Patchouli.
That aren't on a stick. I'm sorry. Anyway, what was I talking about now? Oh, the podcast area. We still need to, we have turned our garage. It is now climate controlled, so we can actually do some things in our garage. I think we'll do it even with the door open. That'd be fun. But we're going to do our podcrafting out there, and we were going to say, we're not going to start it until all that area is ready, but I think what we probably will end up doing over the next couple of months when it's nice out, we'll just do it out here like we used to. Or we will do it inside in our crafting table in there where we normally do the show from. So that's something. So we've all these new things that we want to do. The tarot, I think we're going to start that probably once a month. And then we also have cooking stream. We are going to schedule a live cooking and tarot stream sometime either by the end of this year or early next year.
In bulk.
Probably by in bulk. But that will be focused on... obviously cooking, and anybody who wants to come over and cook along with us, but we will be utilizing a cycle of seasons.
Yes.
And making all the pieces of that of basically Small Feast by Miss Joy Purcell. So very exciting, and hope you will join us for that when we do it.
Indeed.
Recent Sabbats. Yule, you may speak.
So we attended the most
listened.
awesome Yule ritual and get together yesterday with Dragon Dancer as the hostess. That's where we got our coquito from Mystic Manny. And it was just a really nice ritual, a really nice gathering of people in a group that we work with and met some new people. And I grew up in Texas, and even so with the country, I'm used to being around snakes, but just like in a bad way. And I wouldn't say I was
I wish I would have held him now.
scared of snakes, but I definitely didn't like them. You know, you'd go in Texas and find them in your hallway going up the, or in between the door frames. But I got to hold Dragon Dancer's ball python yesterday, and I just fell in love with them.
Yeah, and I wish I would have held him too. I'm not afraid of snakes either. They're not my wheelhouse.
He was really cool.
But I'm really worried with having 3-pound dogs if it happens to get out. Like, that's my big thing. I'm a little nervous about. Were we to add to our current reptilians.
Yeah.
So we may have to go with something else, like a bearded dragon, something that's maybe a little bit slower. If it gets out, I don't want it to, because Ma Petite's a goner.
Yeah, if it
She's too
constricted
little.
around her, she'd be dead. But it was so cool. So thank you, Dragon Dancer, for the lovely get-together and ritual. Thank you, Mystic Manny, for the coquito. And I'm going to talk a little bit later about, like, when we get into our main topic, because I think it ties in about the oath and the, like we did.
Yeah.
For the, going in for the new year. But it was an awesome time with great people and much
Agreed.
needed.
We'll definitely bring VG with us next time because we wish we would have stayed later. I just didn't think that there would be a potential pen or somewhere where she could go inside of where I wouldn't have to watch her. I just didn't think about it. So we'll do that. And if you want to add any more in, we're in frankincense now. So if you want to add some in, you can.
Good morning, beautiful Stephanie.
Good morning. And Morningstar, good morning. I see your question.
Hey.
I will take a stab at that, actually. But yes, good morning from the Cauldron Witch. And so to include both, what's the defining character of the term pagan? So I'll do it very, very quick. I subscribe to the umbrella term pagan, which is why I consider myself pagan, because it is the umbrella of basically tolerant religious views that don't have a dogma attached to them specific. And that's my view of it. There are other definitions, right? So pretty much anything non-Abrahamic, hearth, heathen, nature-oriented, those are all included, but not the only thing that can be. My opinion of being pagan is basically I focus on doing things outside of the religious dogma, but still have a spirituality. And I focus on nature, the earth, the things that I can see that are around me, that I can engage with, and the fact that there is a universal source, there's an energy somewhere, I don't know what it is. But that's my personal view of being pagan and what pagan means. Now, there's actually a definition, right? Which you can see if you even look up. It's Merriam-Webster's definition. The Google definition is basically a heathen or a hearth witch or a hearth person, somebody from the rural areas, or anybody who practices a non-Abrahamic, they say monotheistic, but I don't think that's actually accurate, religion. That's my theory. You? What's pagan? Well, the question, just so you know,
the same.
it was, what's the defining characteristic of the term pagan? To me, it's the lack of a universal text and a universal source, like not a universal source, a universal God to pray to. It's whatever you want it to be. It's as open as you want it to be.
Yeah, I think, and it usually involves, not always, honoring the earth, nature, and seeing kind of the God in yourself and everything. That's one characteristic I like about it, and it is seeing that everything, has is godlike, like the plants, the grass, the
Animism.
dogs. Yeah.
The thing is anything we define it as, it can be defined differently by someone else, and there can be new definitions of it that exist that we aren't aware of. Animism is often used in paganism, but it's not true for everybody. Wicca, witchcraft. Those are not synonymous terms, so that's kind of a hard way to look at it. But the easiest way is, I like how Heather put it in, or Dragon Dancer, sorry, umbrella term for religions that aren't under one of the big three. Exactly.
And growing up Baptist, I remember a term they used to me kind of had a negative connotation with the way they were saying it, but Christians years ago growing up, what I think they meant to call paganism, they would call secular. Like of the world, but that word, the way they used it was very negative, and I didn't like that secular word.
Yep. And then Morningstar, it sounds like you have plenty of knowledge, so you can make that determination for yourself of how that means to you. as far as what Jesus is regarded to, which I do not believe in Jesus. Of what the Pharisee, all that stuff, that is not a part of my theocracy, or my, that's not the right word, but not part of my belief mechanism of sorts. So, but again, defining characteristic wise, from a pagan, you are more than welcome and happy to believe how you want to believe and work it in a way that works for you to greet the spirituality that you are on the track for in your life. So that's important.
I do like. I think that's an interesting point. And I do like, those that usually I hear about Jesus is like a liberal or different things. And I think that's
Very much
probably very true.
Yeah, if you believe in Jesus and that actually occurred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I don't believe it occurred in the way that it shows. So that's kind of a misnomer for me. And then, just to be specific, no dogma doesn't mean left-hand path. Those are two separate things. Left-hand path may not have a dogma, but that is not synonymous. Back to just a real quick about Yule. Last night to me it was nice, it was small, and it just was so enjoyable because it was that kind of close connectedness. New people that we haven't met in person before, old friends that we've been in contact with a long time. Dragon Dancer, we're still getting to know each other as over time, and it was amazing. I absolutely enjoyed it. It was exactly what it needed to be. So thank you for that. But it was definitely amazing. I really enjoyed that. Very much so. So what's next? What's the next after Yule?
Imbolc.
The first milks.
Oh.
Yes, Imbolc.
Imbolc.
So February will be probably our next celebration, Imbolc. It can be said, some people pronounce it Imbolc without the B. So there's a little bit of, and I'm sure there's probably quite a few other different ways to do it. And so we'll be excited to talk about that over the next couple of weeks. We're not going to obviously go into a lot of detail today because we have some time to fill in before Imbolc happens. But I will start with, it is the first milk. It is the milk of the ewe. It is that part of the earth starting to warm back up, or the pregnancy is growing. There's a protuberance. So that'll be interesting to talk about. And we will start, just like we have been, we will start slowly decorating through as we go into the new year and towards Imbolc, and sharing some of those things with you. So very excited for that in February. And evolution, as personalized spirituality, I don't know that I would say paganism is personalized spirituality, but it certainly lends itself to that. Because a pagan person may not have any gods, or they may have many, or they may have one. A pagan person may have lots of witchcraft or no witchcraft. Pagan may be druidic or non-druidic, or there's just so many different things. Yes, it's very personalized, but I don't equate the two. I describe myself as an eclectic pagan witch. So that would really be what you're saying. That's my personalized version. Eclectic because I will pull from anywhere I feel so inclined to do. Pagan because it's not one of the big three, and because it's a nature-based kind of religion for me. And witch because I practice witchcraft. So those are my things. But you'll define it your way, So, Imbolc. Let's move to sun phase. And just for the record, we may or may not answer all the questions, Morningstar. I appreciate them. They're great, but I don't want to derail our entire conversation. So hang on to that. I don't want to miss it. I did save it. But we can come back to that potentially if we have time. So the sun phase currently we are in.
Sagittarius.
Thank you.
Fire.
Jeez. Control your fire.
I have no
Burn.
control over my fire. I'm getting a little better, but
Burge.
not real
just
good
kidding.
at it yet.
This is the 9th sign of the zodiac. We've been here since November 22nd, I think, or 23rd. I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is a Jupiter-ruled mutable fire sign, of which Mr. Rook over here is a part of, I guess you could say.
I embody it.
You do.
And I live it.
So again, that's where our sun is. So right now we're still in fire season, mutable fire season, meaning malleable and able to... Hold on. You can't do that to me.
What?
We'll keep shaking, but... I don't want to miss any.
You won't.
And you don't get ahead of me.
Okay.
This stuff is good, and he'll drink
Can't
the
do
whole
shit.
thing.
I will drink the whole
He'll
thing.
drink the whole thing.
Thank you, Coquito.
So yeah, we're winding down the fire. We're actually heading into Capricorn season here very soon. But let's talk. So sun, to me, the sun phase is kind of where we are. We're in the fire season, the creation season. But as we have the moon kind of transgressing across the well, not satelliting around the Earth, it adds a different descriptor to it, a different feeling to it, or adjusted it a little bit. So we talk about weekly. Our moon phase. Right now, we're waning crescent, 20% illuminated, I believe 29%, something like that. And it's currently in Libra. So Sagittarius sun, the moon is in Libra. So what does that mean? We're still kind of ending out what we were talking about last week. This is a relaxed day. Do things that you enjoy day. It is a planning for new events. Maybe learn a new craft, watch some things and learn some things on YouTube, take a class, garden, things that are relatively simple and enjoyable. But you want to think about how you're going to plan to kind of move them forward in a different place. So that's today. So beginning of the week, next week, we get into Scorpio. We're adding some water into this fire, which is always not always a great thing. You can end up with arguments with people you don't normally argue with. But it's really important with this much fire and this much water kind of at the same time, that, especially since we're going into an earth sign. Soon, you want to avoid arguments. So this is a avoidance week. So if somebody starts to get heated or something, you just like, okay, we'll carry this on at a later time. Let it go. Doesn't always have to be a fight to have a conversation. Sagittarius back on Wednesday and Thursday. So we basically have our sun in Sagittarius on Wednesday and Thursday ish, and our moon in Sagittarius. So we have a lot of fire energy going on that day. So this is the day that you're going to have trouble. 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, you're going to have trouble controlling your fire. And so what you want to do is remember that you're creating, but you're going to be creating things with your mind and your processes and memories with people that'll allow you to not burn the fire too hard. Also another day where you can kind of get a little bit too much into arguments and things get heated up a little too easy. So just remember to take a breath, because after this it is a hard stop. We're going from hard fire and sun fire, moon fire. We're going right into earth and earth, sun, earth, moon the next day, Friday and Saturday. Stopping point. Take a break. Breathe. You don't want to do anything major Saturday, Friday and Saturday. Don't make major decisions. Breathe. Stop. Take a break. Just let things happen. But good time to be grounded. Go outside. Put your feet in the dirt. Go barefoot for a minute and just take a minute. Because Friday, Saturday is going to be a little rough. Things are going to slow down significantly after Friday and Saturday from an energetic perspective.
Hey, Mel. Welcome.
Ooh.
Sounds
Mel.
good, Steph. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you when you go live.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, you guys, I'll say it at the end and give her Instagram, From the Cauldron Witch Tarot on Instagram. You got to check her out
Yes.
for her tarot stream. It is amazing. It is fire.
Fire.
Awesome.
Fire. So the next full moon, January 6th, that's the wolf moon. We'll be talking about that over the next couple of weeks as we get into the full moon. The next new moon, though, is December 23rd, which I believe is Wednesday or Thursday?
That's Friday.
23rd? It is Friday, you're
So
right.
that's good. I'm going to the doctor Friday, so this is a time for good and new things.
Brand new and in Capricorn. So starting your new magic of all things in the earth, expanding your possession.
Beauty magic.
Beauty magic. That's right. I mean, that's definitely
It
a good
is.
thing.
Glamour
Sorry,
magic.
I'm going to catch up on chat real quick if you have anything to talk about. And then I'll be ready for my coquito.
It's Coquito,
yes.
Stephanie.
And Morningstar, absolutely. You are probably, it sounds like, way more intelligent and smart about this stuff than I am. So that is way above my head. I will be fully honest. I do and have heard of the stories and have read about as the Aquarian age kind of moves on, or as whatever it is age we're in moves on, and how it moves forward and how it's separate. So really, when we look at the sky, we're not seeing the exact same things based on where they are. Depending on what system you use, I choose to stay in the standard, even though it is technically wrong, and I'm aware of that. But I'm not smart enough to go to the next level yet because too many other things are happening in my life. Would love to, though, pick your brain a little more and or talk a little more or even have you discuss a little more at some point, because this is an open forum. Maybe on a more layman's level where I can understand it. But that would be something neat I would like to learn more about, obviously. I never can stop learning. But I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm not ignoring you. I just don't understand it very well. And would love to have some more conversation about that, whether it's in Discord or something like that afterwards. So that is definitely a thing for me. I didn't want anybody to think I was ignoring it. You really poured it and you didn't wait for me anyway. Did you all see that? He didn't wait.
Hey, it's Coquito, y'all. I'm fire. I just move on. Move to the
Well, you
thing.
about to be moved on by this Virgo.
Am I gonna become a husband?
Nah, never.
Tell me when. It's very rich.
It is chilly today.
There.
You said to tell you when. I didn't tell
Okay.
you. Okay. You see, that came and followed its own directions. Last night, when Moon Dancer took a swig of the non-alcoholic version of this, I thought she was going to like have an orgasm and fall out on the floor.
It is so
But
good.
it's almost that good.
It's gonna be like in the 40s here next week. Like, I don't know when it's gonna drop so cold, but it's supposed to be like in the 40s.
Yeah. Look, one of the things, and not to go back too far, but one of the things that is extremely important to me, personal opinion in spirituality and the occult, is to be willing to know and state your limits, be aware of where your limits are. I love astrology. I want to learn more. It's not the priority for me, so I have to stay in something that's comfortable. But I would love to learn more. And that's something we need to be willing to say. Like, look, I don't know that, or that's above my pay grade. You know, I'm not sure how that. I can't understand that point until I get there. The more people that are willing to admit that or say that, the more we're going to learn. The more we're going to grow from each other, and that's the whole point. Although I don't want to make our thing 4 hours long.
I'm gonna go put this in the fridge so it stays cold.
Okay. You're not going to get a refill? I mean, yes, you can put it away.
So it stays cold.
God, I could just drink that like the whole day. I
All day.
love
At the
eggnog
beach.
and this. Oh, dude, we need recipes.
Yes.
That's something. Oh, we could do a creation or a crafting stream on that, making different kinds of drinks and things. That would be fun. We'd have to do it before you leave. Oh my God, it's so good. I wish you guys could share. Morning Star. Interesting. I am also a Virgo Sun and Virgo Moon Taurus Rising, based on the system I know, if that's the same. But would love to talk about. That is definitely something I would love to know more about. I think that is very exciting to me. As soon as Rook gets back, we'll go ahead and start a next part where we're going to talk about a year to live. And I actually was not sure that this was true, so I did go back and make sure that I kind of researched it a little bit. Well, rephrase. Looked up the information. And let me explain that one too. I am trying really hard to take out the word research of my vocabulary when I'm not doing actual research and I'm literally just looking things up, trying to verify some things. So I tried to verify this, and it is found in multiple sources, so I do believe it's relatively true. Could be wrong, but the story itself is good anyway, and it's usable, so I'm going to use it. And it's a year to live. I shared it on Facebook, so those of you that are on our Facebook, you will have seen it this morning. I'm not sure if you read it or not, but we're going to talk about really value of time for a good portion of the rest of the show before we get into tarot. I was born on a Saturday at 10:27 p.m. I was a Saturn day, or Satyr's day, or
Satyr's Kiss.
another book I want to read.
Yeah.
I have. So.
It's about homosexuality.
You're stupid. I mean, it is, but you're stupid. And I say that as a term. Where did VG go? Oh, okay. Y'all realize I don't necessarily trust my dog.
What's going on? What are we talking about?
We're ready to start our actual show topic.
Sweet.
So I was just waiting for you to get back. Let me get this lit because I'm ready to move on to.
Oh my gosh,
Are
18
you?
degrees. That hurts my bones, Ziggy.
No, thank you.
No.
Can't do it. Oh, and not to mention, they actually do have heated jackets, right? You have heated
They
jacket,
do.
heated mitts. I have a heated vest that I used to use when I went to Jersey for work. And you just hook it. It has like a USB in it. You just hook it up to like one of those $20 battery banks, and that shit works. Same thing with like the gloves. Usually have like 8 AA batteries or something. But yeah, what was that? Oh, it was a pop. It scared me. I'm hyper.
Ooh, what are we? Oh,
We're getting ready to. You're getting ready to burn some of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this thing to you, and hopefully it makes sense because this is where our topic is actually going to get into.
Yeah, read us
So
the story.
it's called A Year to Live. Anthony Burgess was 40 when he learned he had a brain tumor that would kill him within a year. He had no money at the time and nothing to bequeath to his soon-to-be widow, Lynn. Burgess had never been a professional novelist in the past. He was actually in the military, a lot of military service, and this is in the UK, I believe. But he was always aware that he thought he had the talent to be a writer in him. So just to be able to leave at least the copyrights to his wife, he put a piece of paper in the typewriter and began to write his first novel. It was not even certain that what he had written could be published, but he couldn't think of anything else to do. It was January 1960, he said, and according to the diagnosis, I had a winter, a spring, and a summer ahead of me. That year, when the leaves began to fall, I would have died too. With that speed and haste, Burgess had managed to write 5.5 novels before the year was out. E.M. Forster could only write so many in almost an entire lifetime. J.D. Salinger, one of America's greatest writers, who you ask, managed to write only half in his entire life. However, Burgess didn't die. His cancer, which they thought was a brain tumor, first regressed, then it disappeared altogether. In his long and full life as a writer, he produced more than 70 works, most famously A Clockwork Orange. He might not have written even one of them if it had not been for the death center that cancer had inflicted on him. Most of us are like Anthony Burgess. We hide a great talent waiting for an emergency to emerge within us. A useful exercise in self-motivation. Brad, back up. Back up. Your hair is really close to that. Don't make me use your full government name. A useful exercise in self-motivation is to ask yourself what you would do if you were in Anthony Burgess's place and found out that you would die of cancer within a year. What would change in my life? How would I live my last year if I had learned I would only live one more year? What exactly would I do? Considering the brevity of life is a useful exercise, it often brings up surprising thoughts in your mind that will reveal your unused talents that have not yet surfaced. And so obviously the reason I wanted, I read this today and I was like, or yesterday I think actually, I'm like, this is our topic because this is the time of year when we reevaluate things, both spiritually and in mundane life. Like, Christmas and New Year's, it's a New Year's, we make resolutions. And this isn't a one-off story. There's lots of stories about people having these diagnoses and what would you do in your last year? And I wanted to find out, Rook, what would you do if you only had a year left? And I'll share what I'm going to do. We've not prepared for this at all, purposefully. Because I'm going to ask you guys to share in chat too if you want. What would you do if you only had a year left? And how would you spend it? And, what would be the important things that you'd live out of it? And why wouldn't we want to live that way all the time?
I would find a job I could work from home to where I could go to Texas and spend time with my family there. I mean, to visit, not for a whole year, but I would go do that. And I would have that job so that I could do anything I want and be anywhere we wanted to be. I would want to go to Virginia. Like if I were dying, want to go to Texas. I want to go to Virginia. And I don't know, that would be the biggest thing. A work-at-home job, no matter what it was, as long as I could pay the bills and be able to see family and friends.
Yeah.
That'd be the most important thing when time is limited. So why don't I do that now?
That's the question.
Why do we look and not answer the phone when people call sometimes? Or me, I speak for me. Why don't we just answer the phone? Because it could be literally the last time, and then it's always regretful when something happens to those people.
Yeah, and I think just on the backside of that, before we really get into the conversation, I think it's important also to recognize that not doing those things doesn't mean failure. because we quickly, immediately, and I saw it in your face that you judge yourself. It's like, why am I not doing it now? I need to do it. You know what I mean? You can't do that. We have earthly things that, you know, we're not on a time frame right now of death, right? So not necessarily can you blame somebody for not feeling that urgency, but you're right. We do need to take more stock of what we would do. I think what I would do is I would take every one of my tarot cards, except for my steampunk, and I would give them away. Mm-hmm. So if I ever give you a deck of cards, like...
Oh, God, it means something. He really likes you.
No. I mean, it does mean something, but if I give you a deck of cards, it's going to be a second copy that I have. Because if I like it and you like it, I'm going to buy it for you. I'm not going to give you mine. Virgo is really, really hardcore there. But I would get rid of all of my cards except for my favorite deck. I would sell the house and get an RV and literally just drive around for the next year from place to place.
Yeah.
I want to see every state. I want to see redwood trees in California. I want to see the Arizona desert. I want to see a scorpion in real life.
Come to Texas.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, why do we not do that stuff now? Well, we're planning on it, but, you know, get to it. There's another story, and I can't remember it, but it's a very good story. I've mentioned it before, and it is very on the same lines. And it's this guy who got married, and he was gifted a bottle of really expensive, like $300 bottle of wine. And he says, save this for a special occasion. The person who gifted it to him, he says, okay, I will. And he did. He kept it. Well, ultimately, 10 years later, his wife got brain cancer and died. And he found the wine bottle. He said, where was the special occasion? The special occasion was every day. Mm-hmm. So drink the bottle of wine. Drink the expensive champagne when you have it. You know? And I just thought that was a really good thought process or thought to support that need of, you know, we can't do everything we want to do right now. There's reasons we can't. We have to go to work. We have to take care of a kid, family. But there's a lot more we could do. Like, we need to FaceTime Mim. Mm-hmm. Why not? Why haven't we done that? We can't get there as much as we want. Why don't we?
Yeah, we should.
Same thing with my sister. I need to call her. She gets on my fucking nerves. I hope she's watching. I'm just kidding. She really doesn't. We get along very well.
Kayla said she wouldn't work either. She'd travel Europe and go through what she had, live on what she had.
I agree.
You know, even if we had to buy a used RV, that would be fine. As long as it ran.
And you're stuck on the RV thing.
I'm stuck on the RV and traveling because then I could still work.
Even if we have to sell everything and put everything that we own into a backpack, that's fine. At that point, so one thing that makes me very proud that I didn't know 5-10 years ago is, at this very moment, what losses could I sustain? Right? So another experiment. What losses could I... And I'm going to catch up on chat. But the losses I can sustain, I listed all of these things. Now, as a Virgo, many of you probably know, career is extremely important to me. Could I sustain the loss of my career? Yes. Having a home, a structure, a place where I am comfortable and I live to come back to, and having that stability, it would be very hard. But if I lost it, could I sustain? Could I continue to go on? Yes, I could. If I lost the house and we lost everything and we lived in a box with just us and 5 dogs, could I sustain? I could sustain. Anything more than that, I can't sustain. The loss of people, the loss of animals, I can't sustain those things. Like, those are the things that would break me. And that is why now I do feel I live a lot more joyful life than I used to, because this stuff, I love it. It's fun. It's Virgo-y. It's touchable. But if it comes down to it and I have to get rid of it, it's gone. To the point where, let's say I have no money and I'm going to use the dogs because they're more important. I'm going to use the dogs. You can put that in now if you want.
Let's let some waft your way.
Yes. So if my dog needed a life-saving surgery just to live 5 more days of pain-free, and that was the only option, they couldn't put her to sleep for some reason, and she has to suffer for 5 days, or I get to let her live pain-free and then die in 5 days, I would sell this house for that.
Yeah.
There's no I would sell the house for that. As stupid as it may sound, that's what I can and can't sustain. And we need to know what we can and can't sustain life with. All of this can go. But I need to catch up on chat. I've been talking way too much. Let's see.
Yeah, that's a good point, Kayla. I mean, what's the real,
Unexplained, yes, absolutely self-indulging to a degree. I'm not going to worry about losing weight anymore, that's for sure. Or, like, we will definitely be drunk on coquito 24/7 is my guess. Go wild, yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Spend time with family. Travel to Salem, Massachusetts for vacation. That is a good one. You need to back up again.
Oh, sorry. Ooh. Don't burn me. I'm going
Just
to the.
sit back in your chair. Jesus, child.
I'm drawn to fire.
I see that, but you're going to light your hair up. You don't have a whole lot of it up top there. You're getting old.
Let me get it.
Stop.
Let me get it. Let me get it.
Oh my God. Where was I? If your doctor couldn't predict winning lottery numbers, then their prediction of my demise has no meaning. Fair. Fair enough. I wouldn't work. That's true. I don't think I would work. I agree, Morningstar. People should already live like tomorrow may never come. Nothing's guaranteed. But our society is not set up that way. So it takes some people a whole lifetime to get there. To me, it's not viable for me to live like there's no tomorrow. I will live like there might be a week. That's further than that, I can't sustain well.
But it's society's fault. They have programmed us into all these things to
Agree.
be important, and they turn around and say, "Live like you're dying," or "Live like they're tomorrow." Well, no, bitches, y'all shouldn't be making these unimportant things so important, and then
Agreed.
like driving it. Just like I think when you're about like 6 or 7, the world starts to really strip the magic out of you, and then it's. You got to be professional. You got to go to school. You got to go to college, and then you got to do this, and you got to have a job, and you got to have this, and it's
so,
really not important.
I think it's better to try to adopt towards that mentality that you said, Morningstar, and other people in here too. Not necessarily living like tomorrow isn't guaranteed because we know that. But taking advantage of opportunities that you have now to really see and be aware of what's important. I don't think that I could throw caution to the wind today and just go do whatever I want because then we wouldn't have a house. I wouldn't have the place for the dogs, and I like those comforts. I'm willing to be a part of the machine for that. But what I can do is be aware of those things that are most important to me and why I'm not doing them. I haven't been to see my family in over a year. Why not? I have time. I can go see them. I need to go do it for a weekend. I should. Let's focus on building the resume, but you can't take it with you for sure. But you do need that in most cases in this current world, like I said. To have issue with fire. Yes, always. Like he needs a full face thing. Change as many lives as I could. Evolution. I love that. I think that is very noble. Be happy with yourself. Absolutely. I love that, Morningstar. That is a really, really good way to live. Be happy with yourself in case it's your last. I love that. I can't say that that's not something I would want to do. Go to Europe for a month and just I wouldn't. I'm afraid that I wouldn't be able to communicate with everybody, which is very stressful. But
is this the way to Europe, France?
We can get a tour guide.
I'd want to go to Europe, France. Does anybody know where that line is from? Pardon me, sir. Is this the way to Europe, France? Does anybody know? Europe, France? What line that movie is from?
Sag. But yes, so really that's when it comes down to.
Yes.
And that's why I really wanted to bring up this topic. There's so many different great ideas. I think the moniker of living like there's no tomorrow is a good one. I'm not trying to say that it's not a good idea or a good way to live. But I do think there's a place in the middle.
Google translates.
Yeah. That's true. We use that at work. But I think that place in the middle where we are aware of the things that make us joyful and then we do more of those things might be the best we can do sometimes in the current world that we're in. I am jealous at times of those people that throw caution to the wind and can just do what they want. We have people in our group that do that. And it's nice. But I don't know that that would work for me. Maybe I'm too wrapped up in the machine, right? And that's okay. Because what I can do, again, is those little things where I identify what is it that makes me the happiest and what can I do to become that person and be more of that person without giving up all the earthly things that I do love. Virgo. That is so cool, Paranormal, sharing Salem with your kids. I love that.
That is cool. Yeah.
Oh, that one had a little bit of burn.
You can even take photos of the menus at this point.
I love it. That's awesome. Oh, man. So, a year to live. And you might... the key of the article specifically, though, goes back to unlocking the talents. I know for a long time I constantly would say how I have no creative talents. And I know that that's not true because I've had them and used them before. And I have worked on the last year and will probably work on for the rest of my life admitting that I actually do have talents. I'm actually good at things. You know? And at this point, it's kind of nice to say it out loud. And it wasn't an emergency, but it's an epiphany. I just wish, as many people do, you would hear it or have it earlier in your life. I just really, really like that idea. Ooh, are we like creating a thing for Salem in March? Because I might be able to make it up there.
Hey!
I'm just saying. I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm not trying to take over anybody's vacation or anything. I'm not self-inviting, but I am.
Oh, yeah.
See that? So a lot of really good thoughts, you guys. I love that whole the idea of making somebody touching as many lives as possible. That is fulfilling. And one thing I think that also removes a little, and this is something I'm a little dissonant about. There's two minds that I've not reconciled. Is from my personal pagan perspective, even if tomorrow is my last day, it's not my last evolution, it's not my last creation, it's not my last existence. And I do believe that. So that makes the end a little bit less scary for me, a little bit less nerve-wracking, but while I'm here on Earth, I can spend a lot more time in the things that are engaging, enjoyable, and make me more valuable to myself, I think. I will not be much closer to Salem, but I will make myself closer to Salem somehow. We'll have to figure that out in Discord for real.
Hey.
So yeah, I love that. Find your hidden talent. What is it that you've had in the back of your mind? Like, I'm really good at blah blah blah, and then do it. Like, I'm really good at cooking. I should cook more. You know how I meet my cooking joy? Like my fun with cooking?
Hello Fresh?
No. It does help. But the blends, that's me cooking. The incense and the different blends that we make, that's cooking to me. So that's how I meet that creative cooking thing that I didn't know existed. Never thought of it that way until like 2 minutes ago. Am I about to die? I'm just kidding. That was terrible.
What?
I definitely want to be on the plains less. This is my last little bit of that. And then I'm going to finish with some pine.
Finish with pine. All right.
Oh, we didn't do benzoin.
Benzoin.
So, Pisces is one of my best matches. Like, I get along with Pisces and Scorpio very, very well. I get along with most water people very well.
Let me find out.
I do not normally get along with Sagittarius. We were destined to not be a match according to astrology. I think our success, which we talked about, is probably related to our mutableness.
Yeah.
We adapt, both of us,
Yeah.
on all kinds of things very easily. You definitely pop off and get more excitable than I do.
Definitely.
And I definitely am more boring.
Well,
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't say boring.
Slower paced. Thoughtful. Observant of the things around me. I need that processing time.
Have a great day, Morningstar. Thank you for
stopping in. We will definitely, I need to pick your brain at some point. I want to learn more about what you know. But remember, I need it broken down a little bit more.
Thank you for some
thank you.
thought-provoking questions.
I had another question with
Love
his that I wanted to save and come back to. Or hers. Sorry, I should not have assumed that. From Morningstar. I'll look it up because it's in the chat, because there was another question that I had wanted to follow up with. I think it was 9/11 related, but I'll find it. Probably also over my head. I'm just saying. It's a fly on my head. It is 11:30. We're way ahead. So we didn't do news.
Yeah. We're doing our
So
tarots,
I mean, I think we're
our
ready to do some
cards.
tarot. If anybody wants some tarot,
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
let me
You
see.
got
So
it.
you want tarot, and what is your question if you have one, or if you want general, just
Back it
read
up,
me general.
back it up. You got it.
Read me question.
You got it.
And I'll put you guys on a list.
I really live these cards.
We're gonna talk about both sets in just a minute. Yeah,
Ooh,
I
put on some
actually,
sage.
I
Yeah.
actually do get along with Cancer very well as long as didn't we just say we're doing Pine?
Oh yeah, pine would be good to clean
It's
the
definitely
cards.
cleansing for the cards. Yes, we'll use the local Pine first. So let's burn this baby.
Pine local.
Field trip, yay! We're good field trip partners. We don't we don't do itineraries and stuff. Like we are, let's just do whatever happens.
Just do it. Whatever turns up.
All right, so we've got Ziggy Dragon. That's strong, isn't it?
Love it.
The incense that you see, the resin that you see burning right now, is the local gift from the grove.
Ziggy, 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 can't you see?
I know a couple of Cancers, and let me tell you, I get along with them, but we do, we hit moments where we like. Joy's Cancer, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Me and her, we get a couple, like there'll be one day we're just like, blah, 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 and then we just are good. But it happens, it bubble up.
What shall Ziggy need
So
to
Kayla,
know?
let's see, Ziggy, Dancer, Kayla. I need to pay attention. Cannot tell you how much more energy I have after quitting all that shit. It's
That's
insane.
good. Hey. Ooh, that coquito's hitting.
It is. It's so good.
Mystic, man, that coquito is hitting me right now. Whoop, whoop. You made him good.
Ziggy has a business launch question.
Ooh, okay. All right. Business launch.
Is it? Like, I can't really tell. I would love for somebody to go back through and read the smoke if somebody does that. Like, I don't do that. I'm not
That'd be
that
cool.
person. And make sure I got everybody. I have Ziggy, Dragon, and Kayla so far. Ziggy, Dragon, and Kayla. Paranormal, you do not always have to go last, my dear. And I know some people can answer quicker than others, but that's okay. Kayla is career next. And paranormal. Oh, that smells so good, doesn't it? All right, so tell us
does
about your
smell
deck.
good. Was the first time I'm using the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. You used it last week, and I just love the pictures on it. And so there's a deck for these for a lot of the seasons, right? Or
Yeah,
so there's
for the
Seasons of the
Sabbats.
Witch for Yule. Do you have any others? Because I'm gonna buy all of them. They're really pretty cards.
Real quick, yes, they are. So after Dragon Dancer would be Unexplained. So I don't want to miss that. It looks like you put it in there and I missed it. And Love. I will be using the Urban Tarot. This is a new deck for me.
Interesting.
I don't know if you guys can see it that far away, but it is the Urban Tarot.
I can take it up there.
It is a new, like I said, it's a new
I'll
deck
show
for
'em.
me. If you want, you can. And very exciting to use this deck. It is, I like to do my little mini reviews. I'll do it on Malice's too, on the, on the Hail Thyself podcast that will be starting soon. Or transitioning to soon from Malice Experience, which I'm excited about that too. But anyway, good card stock. Cards are big. If you have small hands, it's really, really hard to shuffle. Even medium to large size hands, hard to shuffle directly. I kind of have to do this sideways shuffle, which I'm not a big fan of. Seasons of the Witch.
I'm pulling cards from Seasons of the Witch Oracle, Yule Edition, and he is pulling from the Urban Tarot. Have an interesting looking box there.
Gotcha, Paranormal. Let's see. And look, Ziggy, let me just put it out there. we just got our business license not
Yeah.
too long ago. We've got our accounts and stuff set up and our online store set up, which we want a physical store, so we're looking for property and trying to clean up a couple of other things first. But if you ever need some discussion about those things, let me know, because we're doing it from scratch and trying to figure this stuff out all along too, and would love to kind of link some of those things up maybe. But anyway, these are so hard to shuffle. We're going to start
Those.
with Ziggy.
Yes. So
She wants to know about her business launch. Is it a good time? Is it going to happen? What's it look like?
Okay, so let me show my card. I pulled offerings, and before I read from the book, I am just going to give what I get from this card, and that's just like what if you're willing to put in the work and the energy into it, it's a good time to start planning. I don't know where you're at in your process, but it's all about an exchange. You got to give something to get something that you want to be successful, and it will definitely be rewarded. So let me look at what the book says. But this is a yes card for me. If you put forth the work and energy and planning, you'll get a good return, a good exchange on it. So, keywords: devotion, exchange, and balance. I give to you my heart's intent, wrapped in gratitude and thankfulness. Devotion in exchange for your presence. Here I am gifting my essence. Do you finish what you start? As a Sagittarius, that's a little tough question for me. Do you finish what you start? Do you show your commitment through devotion to your craft and self-mastery? Offerings are an essential part of magic. They show your willingness to commit to your art through sacrificing something such as your time, money, or an idea you've held on to. All worthwhile things will require an offering of you. Perhaps to change careers, you need to take the classes to receive a certification. This is an offering of time and money and may mean sacrificing your social life or time at home. To move to an exotic place will be saying goodbye to your loved ones in favor of new experiences and adventures. Whatever you give up will be replaced by something bigger and more aligned with your soul. Offerings remind you that you cannot take shortcuts on the journey to your desires. You must be willing to put in the work and do what is required of you to manifest your dreams. Okay, what I said, right?
Yeah.
You got to give something in exchange. Remember that a novice never becomes a master overnight. Stay the course and learn your craft. Stay the course and learn your craft. Stay the course and your craft. This message is amplified for you if forest has also appeared in your spread.
Oh, I like that.
So I say, I don't know where you are at Ziggy, but it's a yes card to me if you put in the thought, planning, time, and be patient. I don't know what kind of business venture it is, but it's saying go for it.
Awesome. All right, I've been shuffling this entire time. Get a little bit of opinion on here. And let's cut and let's see what Ziggy's card is. All right. King of Swords. I'm sorry, Knight of Swords. I read that wrong.
Oh, you don't know.
There's the Knight of Swords.
I will take it. Oh, I
So-
didn't show my card, did I?
Oh, show both. I don't know if you did or not.
I did not.
So,
Oh, yeah, I did.
the Knight of Swords is actually a very good card in this spread. It's about being prepared. So the way I look at court cards, we know is most often people. So there may be a male energy. Now let me remind you, this is not a gender. This is a male energy, right? That may be involved in this process that you need to really listen to. It could represent you and something that you're doing, meaning that it is an outward-facing energy, an outward-touching energy. Swords, right? And so the Knight of Swords is this individual that has done all of the work behind, right? So I'm gonna laugh when you melt one of your cards, and if you melt one of my cards, you know what will happen. I'm just saying. Just for the record, y'all. Y'all heard that? It's recorded. You'll find the body somewhere. He didn't even laugh.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Shut up, you're
I'm
not
scared.
scared. So the Knight of the, well, in all of the four court cards for me, the Page is the one that just signed up. The Knight just finished his degree. The Queen is the head of everything. The Queen has finished everything and had all of the experience and has her thoughts on it. And then the King is the equal that has done the same but organized it differently. So this Knight of Swords means, just like Rook said, in any read that I do generally, that you are prepared. You've graduated from the stuff and now you need to do the experience before you continue on the process. So that experience is really important, but it also means you can't get the experience without starting it, right? So it means you're ready, that things are in place for you to do it. Just don't get scared and walk away, because the Knight has to have courage. You have to be able to step out and walk into it and move forward with that. So I would agree. This would be, from a business perspective, I would have liked to have seen a specific couple of Wands cards or Major Arcanas, but the Knight of Swords means you're ready. Truly, that you are ready to do this, that it is things are in the right place, that things are aligned properly for you to do it. So I would say go for it. I would say continue, work the path, move forward, and do it.
Mystic Muni's mom. Yes, we will absolutely pull for your mom for her birthday.
Yay! I'll add it.
Ooh, are we doing Dragoness?
We're doing Dragon next.
Senorita Dragon. Does she has a question on General.
General.
What does Lady Dragon need to know?
I need to know. Ooh, I forgot I had water down here. Good stuff. Problem? I thought you were waiting for something.
Well, I was doing something on part of my process.
Feels so good out here. I'm so excited. We're going to go into Discord obviously afterwards, as we normally do, and have our book discussion and discuss anything else that we're learning, doing, and then from there on whatever we want while we prepare to do our 3-gallon mead. And then we're going on a bike ride because it is absolutely gorgeous out. I don't remember days like this. Sunny and still cool with breeze.
It's really nice.
I bet you it's hot out front though.
Yeah, it's probably definitely hot out front.
The winter time in Florida, it is obviously bearable outside in most cases, but it's just the sun is hot. You feel that radiation really hard, which I love. I just said I love radiation. Weird, huh? You want me to pull first this time?
You can.
I was just asking. Just asking a question.
Okay, great.
Can't remember any of the other things.
Great. They're great.
Oh, well, you already pulled the cards. Go for it.
No, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Huh.
Pretty.
This is kind of, yeah. I don't know. This kind of, I pulled ornaments, and I just gotta say, it kind of, to me, says it brings me back to, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of last night. Not only last night, but that was the most recent, about quiet, gathering, reflection, community. That's what I get from this. So I will read. It's kind of fitting for the time. I will read from what the book says. However, to me, it's just, again, saying it's the time, family. I love. Who did you make those goats?
She bought the goats.
Oh,
but
those
they're
are so
cute.
cute.
I asked. They look just like the big goat. But that would be a lot of goat making.
So what I get from the card before I read is crafting, time, community, family, quiet, reflection. Let's see what we have here. Reflection. Memories, intent. So it is, a remembrance of what once was and with what will be, a fragile beauty beaming upon thy. For some, ornaments are more than yearly decorations. They represent traditions, shared memories, and the hope of passing them along. These fragile little orbs and shapes may only come out once a year, but when they do, they provide small amounts of joy to remember, reflect on, and have hope for the future. Take a step back and review your Christmas tree of success. Ornaments guide you to think and reflect on your situation. Is this something you want to continue to put your efforts into? Is this something you wish to see in your life next year, or in 5 years, or 10 years? Are you making choices that align with where you imagine yourself to be? Like ornaments, you have to move things this way. You have to move things this way and that until everything falls into place. If your situation feels like something you'd like to keep around for years to come, then keep doing what you're doing and trust in the process. If not, it may be time to make some different choices.
Y'all saw me shuffling, right? Y'all saw me shuffle.
Yeah, what you say?
And I split the deck. I mean, I split it. So it's not like it was stuck on the top. I split. I shuffled that whole time. Y'all saw me shuffling, right?
Yes.
Same card, Knight of Swords.
Okay.
This drives me nuts. This happens a lot with Dragon Dancer, though. Like, specifically. You can smell that. That's the Holy Land. How sweet it is.
Ooh, it is.
So, Dragon Dancer, you got the Knight of Swords. So it's the same message. When the Knight of Swords shows up to me, as I do with most court cards, you have, again, the page who's like, I just signed up for it. The knight who's like, I've done all the school and now I need to experience it. And then your queen and king. So your knight here, again, is saying the same thing. From that mindset of air, it is time to go ahead and do and experience things that are new. It is time to put your plans into more action so that you can experience that and become the queen and king of whatever it is you're working on. I think I can guess what that probably is. Related to a lot of the things that you're working on right now, but this truly is a yes card for me in the grand scheme of things, meaning it is a go card. And that would be the same of any knight, by the way, for me. In most cases, if a knight comes up, that means that you have done all of the back work for me because a knight has learned, but now the knight has to experience to get to the next level in the court. So that's where that is. And from this perspective, it's air related, it's knowledge, it's teaching, it's training, it's put it forth into the experiential level to do something you maybe haven't done before. So that is the Knight of Swords. Again, if y'all don't believe me, when the video's done, go back and watch the video how I shuffled at least 15 times and split the deck. So it is what it is. We got the Knight of Swords. If I get him the third time, I quit. Unexplained. So hopefully that makes sense to you and it gives you some guidance. Unexplained is next. And he wants to know about love, I think. Unless he just said I would love a reading, and then now I'm confused. But we're going to do a love reading for Unexplained, because that's what Universe wanted anyway.
And mine is specific to the love and the time of Yule.
And absolutely, Evoluge. Yeah, Dragon Dancer, yes, you're done doing the things. You now need to, learning the things. You need to experience the things and have fun with it. Evoluge, we will do a card, absolutely. Just a general advice card. We will do that. So basically a homework card, kind of. But unexplained, possibly. You looking to see if that's what he wanted?
Yeah, he said yeah. He's asking about that. All right.
I can't believe that card kept coming up.
Knight of Swords.
Knight of Swords.
If it's meant to be.
There's some air in your life right now.
Oh my gosh, I feel like out of it.
I'm sorry.
It's the coquito.
I feel normal. I feel excited.
Mhm.
I'm ready to make that me too.
Yeah.
But right now it's all about Melvin and love. Unexplained possibilities with the Urban Tarot and the Yule Tarot Seasons of the Witch.
You shall pull first, my love.
You feel guilty for pulling last time?
I do. I know you don't forget, so I'm trying to not forget easily.
You know I don't care. But I will pull first for Melvin. But I need to get a few more shuffles in. I know that this shuffling on the table like this probably makes some funky noise in the microphone, and I apologize for that. I don't have a good buffer for the microphone, so my apologies on that. So we've done flip style and actual shuffling. And just to make sure that I don't accidentally pick the front card ever, pulling right from the middle like I normally do. Thank God. It's still another knight, though. Knight of Cups. Jesus.
Huh, okay.
Knight of Cups is really good for love.
Yeah.
Actually, as a matter of fact, on the card itself, looks like they're on a date. So do you have a date coming up? I don't know that you should have date somebody who has a crab in their drink, but that's what's in the cards. I'm just kidding. So the Knight of Cups is listed as the seducer. So this means that you are probably going to sweet talk some people, depending on what it is you're looking for.
Use that charm.
Use the charm. But again, just like I explained, knights for me represent that time of you're not trying to figure anything out anymore when it comes to this. You just need to go out and do, meet, be aware, or be around opportunity where people can, you can meet people, right? So you're not going to meet anybody if you don't go out and do it. That's what the Knight of Cups says, regardless of the imagery on the card. It says go out and do the things that are going to put you in the place that are going to get you love. It's not just, you can't just want to do it. You can't just learn how to do it. You can't just know I want it, right? You actually have to go do something that puts you in the line of meeting somebody. Whether it's somebody at work, if you somebody that you like, you should probably mention something. That's a bad example because workplace doesn't always work. But then in the other thing, it does say that according to this, you've got some magic in you, and you've got some ability to find there is someone out there for you that's waiting to be seduced or moved.
That's a good card.
A very good card for love, although it could lead to, depending on some other cards, maybe not the right kind of love, but at least, a little bit of physical love would be nice. Nobody can ever complain about that.
Never.
I know you won't.
I will never complain about that.
Slut. I like that card. That's really pretty.
So, I pulled up feasting, and what this means to me and what I get from this before I read the description.
He's thirsty.
I see I think I'm talking to the back of the
You are. You have to show it and then come back. You're talking.
Feasting.
You're talking to the camera.
Yeah. Okay. So, sorry, Beachy. So what I get from feasting before I read it is something nice, something substantial. Could be a literal date, but what the overall message to me is, this would be a substantial use of your time and investment, which would be love. It wouldn't be like lust or something like that. It could be, but this specifically to me is telling something substantial and worth your time.
And
You're
it's going to
going
be longer term, it sounds like.
Longer term, and it's going to feel like it's going to be somebody that you really want to invest in. It's not going to be somebody that you're with and think like, God, what do I have, trying to think of things to talk about with this person. It's going to be, you're going to feel that it's a meaningful investment of your time. And that's what I get from feasting, commitment, substantial. So let's see what say the book? Having enough, nourishment, and providing. Let us feast upon the nourishing and be thankful for the feast. Not here or there, but everywhere it be.
Everywhere it be.
Everywhere it be. In ancient times, there would have been a lot of worry during the winter season. Your ancestors would have had to conserve as much food as possible, fearing their families wouldn't have enough to survive. When Yule came around, your ancestors would drink and celebrate as a signal of faith in the brighter days to come. Most of the modern world doesn't need to worry about having enough food, but the fear of not having enough still exists in different ways. You're being guided to challenge your limiting beliefs around scarcity. You can be generous with your time and resources, knowing that what you give will be returned tenfold. Allowing yourself to give, despite your concerns, lets the universe know you will be provided for. The more you trust in having enough, the more the universe rewards this faith with more abundance. Do not sacrifice moments to nourish your mind, body, and soul because of fear. As you confront your limiting beliefs, more pathways to wealth will be provided to you. So, maybe give that person a chance that comes into play that you wouldn't think you'd normally be attracted to or go for. They just might hold the keys to sustenance, and a long-term thing.
I like it. All right, so Kayla is going to be up next.
Absinthe.
Absinthe.
Turn on the charm, Melvin. No date that I know of.
I have some absinthe,
Yeah, you do.
but I don't have any.
You might meet somebody soon, or somebody might cross your mind that you might want to ask on a date.
And it's the real stuff. I just don't have the sugar. I have the spoon and everything. I just don't have the sugar cubes.
All right, what Kayla says.
Kayla wants to know about
Career.
what is her career going next, or what is going to happen with career next. Some big changes in other life.
Yeah.
Lobster farmer. Sorry. You want to pull first? You want me to?
It doesn't matter. You can
Okay.
pull the first couple. So,
I really want to make sure I shuffle good.
what's next in her career? The pretty cards.
So y'all see how much I've shuffled these damn things. I've had 3 nights in a row. I'm wondering if that's saying something to me.
Okay.
Like, shut up and do. And get my own message.
Shut up and drive.
Yeah, lobster farmer. I like it. I'd do it.
So nice outside.
Mm-hmm.
Not to pull till you do first.
I'm ready. Don't worry about me.
Lest I be lambasted again.
You've never been land-based. Pull your card, talk.
Ooh, cool. Okay. Just see what. All right.
Veterinarian? Vet tech?
So I pulled reindeer medicine.
Sorry.
What?
The one I pulled. Don't scratch my cards. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Reindeer medicine. All right.
That's a new one for me.
Huh. So I don't know if you could see it in the when I showed it, but in between his antlers is the moon. So I think it's going to be something with a career that might be a desire that's hidden. Maybe you haven't thought about, but you're going to need to get in touch with that and pursue it. Hold on. Oh, right there. Oh my gosh, my contacts are sticking. So for your reindeer medicine, inner strength, journeys, fighting for your dreams. Journey into the depths of your soul. An awakening of sights is revealed. It is time for no time at all, for all is presently here. So again, within somewhere, something you may have thought about, wanted to do, passions, desires, maybe unexplored, maybe not explored fully. It's time to do that. Reindeer are hardy and majestic creatures. Unlike other animals, they are the only ones who keep their antlers all year long, carrying them like crowns atop their heads. They've earned the right to feel like kings, but as the saying goes, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Reindeer make long migrations every year through the harsh conditions of the tundra. They face challenge after challenge, yet they prevail and even make friends along the way. Reindeer are known to be openly cheery and often form relationships with humans, despite the challenging conditions in which they live. Reindeer medicine asks you what responsibilities are you willing to endure in the pursuit of your dreams. Goals take work, even with the cosmic forces behind you. You will still face challenges on your soul's path, no matter how aligned you are with spirit. Reindeer medicine has come to your spread to tell you not to give up. The challenges you're facing now teach you how to be stronger and more resourceful and to find ways to face your fears.
I love it. So interesting. I pulled 14.
Okay.
14.
Ooh.
I know, right? So 14 is usually, or temperance in the major arcana. In this Urban Tarot, it's art.
Art!
So according to what I'm feeling very specifically, even though Rook says that maybe something you haven't considered or maybe you've considered it but not done it, it's still going to be in the line of art, and it's going to be something that makes that maybe it's like running or working with an art gallery or doing something of that a little bit less artistically inclined or something different than you're used to doing. I find it extremely interesting that the card I pulled would be art though. But that's what it says. So maybe there's something that you think like, something I like, something I wanted to do, something that I would enjoy. Maybe there's a whole bunch of those things in your head and you just haven't done those specific parts of art yet. But art says that your next career is going to be art related. Now remember too that this card also is temperance. So when it comes to being temperance, at the same time, you're looking at creating something out of something. So that maybe, you know how they use like electricity to make art, things do different things in art, or apply electricity to oils or liquid and watercolors, and something really strange or different that you might do or bring into your art that maybe hasn't been done before. So I'm just saying, can't make this shit up. To get the art card for real, like that was, as soon as I pulled it, you probably heard me. I like, oh shit. I do, and I'm not just saying this either, but I do love the art that you do. It's very nice. I love it. I just really, really love people that create stuff and can create things that are so beautiful. But yeah, so your career in art, there it is. Paranormal's next. And Mel, thank you absolutely anytime. You are more than welcome. Stay safe yourself. Stay warm if you're in where it's cold, because it's not cold here.
Have a good weekend, and week.
Absolutely.
Melvin.
You can go ahead and pull a card if you want for paranormal.
For paranormal. Whoop, whoop.
But I
All
have
right.
to use the little girl.
Let's see. Paranormal's got. What's she gonna do? Hold on. Graduate next year. Is that right? Willow. Oh, reindeer? Are you talking about reindeer? Oh. Hope I don't catch his cards on fire. I really will be a husband. From a husband to a husband. All right, Miss Willow. Oh, dear. That's awesome. God, deer are so awesome. That is too freaking cool. Iris.
Look at Fiji's in the back eating dirt.
Fiji, that's not real smart, honey.
What are you doing? Making a mess. Good grief. Don't put your head in the fire. Don't sit on the edge of your chair. Pull it up like an adult.
There's some bitches up in here. There's some bitches.
Yeah, there's one and it's sitting to the left of me. All right. Petanola.
Oh. Oh, that's so awesome. Will Paranormal graduate next year?
Oh, that is cute.
It's really cute. Okay, yeah, now she's eating it. You're right, Ziggy.
Look, it's better than eating rocks, because she was eating rocks the other day at the church on the lanai. She eats rocks here too, like just chomps on them. Makes no damn sense. Paranormal. You want to know where you graduate next year?
Yes.
Let's see what the cards have to say. The Eon.
Cards. Hold on.
I think that's Judgment, isn't it? Just want to double check.
All right, I'll go show
Yep.
yours.
So your card, Paranormal, is the Eon, or the Ion, Eon, I think is how you pronounce it properly. And what you see is walking along a memorial wall there. And this is really that moment of judgment, because this is a judgment card in normal tarot. This is, again, the urban tarot, so it's got some differences, but that's where it would fit in the traditional tarot, is judgment. And when judgment comes, it's generally speaking of making a final judgment of what is all of this for, what is the value of and the worth of everything when this is all done. So reevaluating kind of some of the things that you're doing in order to get to that perspective is going to be necessary. It's not a yes or a no, but the judgment is saying, take it, look at what you've done so far, look at what you've worked on so far, make sure that this is the right process and the way to go for you, and that what you're doing is working. If what you're doing isn't working, you have to be willing to change it. So that is the message. The message from the Eon and Judgment is really, am I assessing this properly? Am I missing something? Do I need to readjust and move something around because what I'm doing so far is not working? So at this point, I would say you need to quit vaping because you came and put it down for 2 hours. You can still see you on the screen.
See who'll get you your next glass.
Mm-hmm. Nobody, because I'm done for today. Because I'm going to not be drunk. Oh, you know what we should do?
We should do what?
We should fill these up and ride the bikes with them. I'm sorry. That's inappropriate. But seriously, the Eon Judgment, really what it's saying is making sure that you need to look at, in order to be a yes, that you will graduate next year, if that's what you're on track for, there's something you need to look at and consider adjusting first. Something's not working right in your favor. There's something that's kind of just holding you back, or maybe you're doing something a little bit differently than you need to, and you're going to have to make that adjustment before you can go to that next step. But definitely not a no, and definitely not a yes. There's a change that has to happen first.
All right. I pulled Gratitude from the Witch's Yule Oracle. Let me show the card first.
Hey, Jockster, yes, craving the minerals for sure.
Jockster!
Our last Samoyed, and only Samoyeds, would, while she's running down the street, put her tongue down and run it along the concrete to pick up all the silt and sand. She wasn't very smart either. Poor dog.
Okay, so before I read from the book, Gratitude, what this says to me is that if you're feeling frustrated, busy, discouraged, maybe too hyper focused, it's telling me to you need to take a moment and just feel grateful for the opportunities and things you have, because frustration, anxiety, too much like me, fire and to the next thing, can really take away our focus from what we're trying to achieve. So let me see what the book shall say for you on gratitude.
Kind of sounds like the be wary of too many cooks in the kitchen, but those cooks being too many things that you're doing, and the kitchen being your life.
So the keywords are acknowledgement and appreciation. All that I am and all that I'll be, forever in gratitude, I'll eternally be. It can be challenging to find gratitude in times of distress and chaos, but those are the best times to lean into what you have to be thankful for. Gratitude is like an anchor holding you steady when the world around you spins out of control. Most of us are thankful for the big things like a new car, money, finding someone you love. But what about small things like the perfect cup of coffee in the morning or hearing your favorite song on the radio? You can even be grateful for things that haven't happened to you, such as not getting the flu this year. There are so many ways to bring gratitude into your life, and the more you do, the more you will see your manifestations come to pass. You have pulled at gratitude as a reminder to be thankful for your situation, no matter the circumstances. You may not understand why this is happening to you, but trust that it leads you towards a divine purpose. The universe needs to feel appreciation just like you and me. The more you can be grateful, even when you'd rather complain, the more the universe will respond in thanks for your acknowledgement. Gratitude may also help you to see your situation from a new point of view. So this is telling me, take this time, the end of the year with Yule, to really slow down, be grateful, recharge, reorganize maybe if need be. Maybe get a new mindset or just clear your mind to start next year. So it's not a yes or no, but maybe just some help on what you can do to put your energy fully into graduating.
It feels like there's something that you need to, something small that you just need to either prune or move or do differently a little bit, and somebody's going to help you through it. So I think ultimately you probably are looking on the positive side of things if you make that change or that decision. I just wish I could tell you what it was. You might need to clarify some later.
You know, and you might need to take some time off. Like with you're busy, you're a mom, you've been pushing so hard for this. You might need,
A break,
a couple weeks,
just
a
brain
month.
break.
Just a brain break. Enjoy maybe do some stuff with the kids and not have to worry about studying or preparing. Manny's mama.
Manny's mom.
It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Manny's mom.
And I will say this too. Have you ever thought about just getting a full reading? You might need a full, maybe a true full reading paranormal to kind of see maybe what is or are some of those things that you might need to look at, because that would be helpful, I would think. I can tell you, Rook and I would be more than happy to do that. I don't charge for my reads or anything. So
Totally, we do one for you.
if we do that that thing where we I do YouTube and you do Twitch or vice versa, and we do some reads, there'll be 6-card reads, 3 each, I'm sure. Then you should maybe think about that.
Happy birthday, Manny's mom.
Happy birthday, Manny's mom. Happy birthday to you.
Shall she have a specific question?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Un question.
dear Manny's mom.
Question?
Happy birthday to you.
Question spécifique? I don't know how to say it.
You're making shit up.
Specific question? I am making it up. It's the Coquito.
It's the Incognito.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a good brand name for this.
You should brand your Coquito Incognito.
I like that.
She's giggling. Let's see what the cards have to say.
Let's see.
Oh.
Work. Okay.
About work. All right.
Let's see what we get.
Let me see you work, 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 work. Then you see me dirt, 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 dirt. Let me see you work. I wonder whatever happened to Rihanna. I think she's like rich in fashion now.
I think she is Chris Brown.
She is Chris Brown. Okay. Let me not catch my hair on fire.
Please don't.
Let's see about work.
Hey, at least we're by a pool.
May's mom. That's true. Could put it out quick, but
3 knocks to knock off the, I think that was 4, but 3 knocks to knock off the bad energy, or the energy, just not bad, just energy. If you ever wonder why some tarot readers do that, that's knocking off that energy. Very similar to running it through the smoke.
you know? Let's see about work.
See what Urban Tarot says.
Let's see about work.
So,
Which is actually a good card.
I
think.
it's a good card.
I look at every card
So
as
the
a good card.
First card related to work is death. So happy birthday. Death has said,
Girl, you might need to quit your
You need-
current job.
you need a different, something
You need
has
a
to
different
change
job.
because
Maybe.
something's wrong and it's not getting better, or it's not feeling right. It's going to have to change, and it's going to change.
Hold on, I'll take it up there.
Because death almost always represents an ending and a beginning. It's almost never, to me anyway, it's never really negative if you allow it to happen properly, because the universe has something in store for everybody.
Shoot, sometimes it can be the best thing ever sometimes.
But yes, so whatever's going on at work, there's something happening. Doesn't necessarily mean like the whole job is going to go away or be gone. But we'll see what the other card says and see if that changes it any. But there's definitely something that's got to end. And it's currently happening. It's not you're not feeling good about it, or just like, oh, maybe it's, I don't know what you do, but let's see, if you were somebody that worked with clients, it's maybe a client that's causing a problem that has to stop, or maybe you're not happy with the specific job and you need to find something new because you're not going to feel better about it. But whatever it is, there's something pretty significant that's going on, and you probably know it or feel it. It could simply be as simple as just needing to change something and do something different, or maybe you're working on something new. I can see Rook's card here, which is going to offer a lot of light to this particular card, but something, maybe the job itself, has to end for something else better to take its place.
All right.
Thank
Show
you.
mine. I drew the cold moon. Cold moon.
Which, by the way, is the name of the moon that we just went through.
Yes. Look at that big moon. Something. It's gonna be. There's a lot of light behind this situation that's gonna illuminate it. But you might have to look within. It may be something so obvious that you know, and you may not be paying attention to. That's what I get from this. Like the light's behind, shining down, but it's also hidden.
The other thing, like not specific to this card, but specific to the cold moon itself during the full moon, is this whole this is going to be a long winter, or this is going to be a thing that has to be worked through. So it's not a small deal. It's a big deal. Oh, that crone was scary.
She was scary. Cold moon. Keywords: release, purge, resourcefulness, and nurturing.
Mm-hmm.
Take with thy the dreariest of moments. Release me for their tongue and nourish me with light. The cold moon is a full moon that occurs in December. Like all full moons, it represents illumination and brings clarity to things that have remained hidden. Having a full understanding of your situation allows you to release what has held you back and see resources where you may have missed them otherwise. Now is not the time to give up. There is support and help for you.
Oh!
Yeah, say it, Beachy. She likes the moon.
She's in the moon. She's in the picture. Look.
She is. The cold moon is shining on your spread, guiding you to see how many resources you have. You may have to look in unexpected places that perhaps have escaped your notice until now. Or you may need a change in perspective. You could be focused on what's wrong rather than seeing the additional pathways to success that are available to you now.
I like that. Like, not only did you get death, which is the change, cold moon, which is change, and then the actual image from the cold moon coming alive and singing.
Yeah.
VG
alive to
sure
see.
did. That was insane. I love it. I hope that gives you some guidance.
Have you been
Um,
feeling like disappointed in job, or
That's
like
what it
it's
feels like. It feels like there's a.
Or like
This
you
isn't what
feel
I
like
thought it was, or
you're
it's
in a
not
dead end, or
not fulfilling anymore, right? That is what it feels like.
the moon is shining brightly on the answer for you. You just got to pull it out. Think about it.
Yep. And last but not least, Evoluge, general advice. We're gonna pull a couple of general advice cards for you.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're
and
welcome.
happy birthday. I hope your son is taking you out to eat a nice lunch or dinner, or is cooking for you. Manny's mom, I hope he's cooking for you or taking you out. All right, we're on Evoluge,
Evoluge.
Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, you're getting drunk.
I am.
You need to drink water because I'm going on a bike ride with or without your ass. It is too nice.
It is very nice.
But yes, Evolution, we're going to pull a few general advice cards for you. And then if there's anybody I missed, I apologize. But if I missed you, now is not too late. You can throw in
Hot
your hat
pot
in the
is
ring.
good.
And we technically have 10 minutes before the end of the show.
Ooh, barbecue.
Now, who the hell is mowing at this time of day? Sorry about the noise, y'all.
Hot pot and barbecue. Yum, yum.
Ooh, hot pot? You're going to actual hot pot? Are you making hot pot? What? Oh, I love. You didn't like it that much. That was my favorite place I've
Wasn't
been
my
so far.
thing, but I mean, it's really neat.
Could have taken me there on my birthday and you didn't.
I did take you. I did take you on your birthday, bitch.
I said could have taken me there on your birthday.
Oh, on my birthday? Hell no. That's not.
That's
my
gaslighting
thing.
at its finest, in case you didn't notice.
You could have taken me to PF Chang's on my birthday.
Who the hell wants to go to P.F. Jenks?
Me.
All right, we'll find one.
Oh, no worries. You're welcome.
Yeah, we know you're there listening.
Thank you. We know you got the babies, the kiddos. Oh.
Again,
Carmen.
anybody who wants to continue the conversation, remember,
Yeah, of course.
as we get prepared,
Evoluge.
what was I saying? As we get prepared for our shit, what is it called?
Girl, we ain't got much
Our next
longer.
batch of stuff, honey mead. We will be talking in Discord while doing that, so that's the Discord link again. If you have not joined, you should. Right afterwards, we do a book discussion about what we're reading and where we're doing, and then just general life discussion for a little bit. And we'll be doing that while we're doing some prep work for the next batch of mead. So
Yeah, but Stephanie gonna be on here soon, y'all.
Stephanie gonna be on here
We're
soon
gonna have to
too.
get on the hell out of here so she can then go on to Stephanie. I'm drunk.
Evoluge, let's see what happens.
Alright. Man. Well, we may be cut off sooner anyway with all this. Yep.
Oh Lord. Sorry. Yeah, we'll have to take it in soon, so we'll finish this one. But wouldn't you know, I pulled a knight.
Really? Evoluge. Okay, I will take this over, my love.
So Evoluge, I pulled the knight. Hopefully you can hear me. If it gets too loud, we'll pause. But the Knight of Discs. So this is a pentacle card. I'm not going to say it again with knights. Actually, I will, just in case you didn't hear it. Knights are that you've done the groundwork. So whatever's in your mind right now, whatever is bugging you or whatever you're thinking about, you already understand the situation and everything about it. Now you need to go out and do something that adds some experiential knowledge to it, or some experience to it, which is its own type of knowledge, so that you can kind of go to the next level with it. This is something that's in your daily life. It might be related to your home. It might be related to your car. It might be related to just the things that you normally do, or even health. But you're aware of it. You know about it. It's in your mind, and you understand it. You just need to take it to the next level now and actually work on it and experience it and try out and see what happens as you work through it. So that is the Knight of Discs, and I am done with night energy today. I've had enough nights.
I
It's
pulled
insane.
ceremony.
It's insane, like how many nights we've gotten. But this is the knight, and this one is the gourmet chef. Like, you got it together. You understand what's happening, everything about it. You just got to go. And what does ceremony say?
Okay. Well, we'll probably have to pause.
Hold on just a second. We'll let this fine worker...
Who's earning his income and living. So before I read from the book, ceremony, if you could see, it's a lady with a translucent veil. She's naked, or sky-clad except for the veil. And she's standing in front of an altar with candles and different stones and things on it. So this is telling me that it's a time to honor rituals, small or big, that may be important to you. Honor your tradition. Reflect on it during this time.
I'm gonna pause for just a second. Should be good.
Keywords are rite of passage, direction, and intention. I call upon these heralds of winter, dimming light for better sight. Hear thy praise spilling from thy lips, a spell I'll cast for thy spirits in me. Ceremonies are rites of passage that mark the end of the way of being and the beginning of a new journey.
Joys of doing it outside.
Yeah. We see them represented in birthdays, graduations, and in the case of magic, a series of steps that direct energy towards your desired intention. To perform a ceremony is a pledge to transcend your former self so that you may become wiser and more powerful. You've pulled ceremony because you are ready to rise to a new level of being. Where you are now is much too small for who you're becoming. You are ready to expand and to start reaching for bigger goals. Do not be afraid of your power, for you are destined to do and have more extraordinary things.
So again, it sounds like knowledge is there, but just need to move on to the next step. Okay, so
Noella! Hi, Noella, hi!
this guy's obviously got a lot of work to do. We are right at 12:25, so it's time anyway. Really, hold on one more second. Okay, so look, we'll never end if we don't just go with it. We will definitely be doing our after show. So we will be talking about books, learning, teaching, whatever it is that you've been working on that you want to talk about, while we get our honey mead. I can't even think of that noise. While we get our honey mead stuff prepared. There we go. And then just talk about whatever else depending on who hops in. So please feel free to get in. We're going to take a few minutes before we'll hop in. So we just got to get some of the stuff turned off and taken in. But I really, 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 really appreciate you guys attending and coming and hanging out. And yeah, Noella, absolutely it is. There's somebody mowing the lawn less than 10 feet from us. So we are done for the day. It's 12:30. But again, Discord, if you're not in the Discord, please make sure that you look for the link I just posted a few moments ago. Check it out, and we'll see you in there in just a few minutes. And Rook Brad is going to do his favorite piece, I think.
Let's see if I can at least get it out before he swings back around.
So there it is.
I'm going to have to get up to read it.
You might have to.
Too far
Well,
away.
there's videos off, if you want to.
But then they can't hear me.
Just read it.
So this is my favorite part, and we want you to please
Or
check
pull it up
out.
on your phone or something.
Please check out. Oh, that's a good idea.
I know.
How did I make it get to where it was?
Just click the live button. No. So Rook does not know how to use his own phone, just for the record.
All right.
I should mute it right now. That'd be mean.
Please check out all of these awesome creators, witches, and wonderfuls. From the Cauldron Witch on Instagram and from the Cauldron Witch Tarot on Instagram. You've got to go in about 30 minutes. Watch for when she goes live. She gives on fire, awesome, and amazing tarot readings. Paranormal Witch on YouTube and Lady Rose 819 on Instagram. She puts out a frequent blog that is just awesome. It's very educational and enjoyable to read. Unexplained Possibilities on YouTube and Unexplained Possibilities on Instagram. You all know and love Melvin like we do. Check out some of his amazing interviews, and he covers all things unexplained, occult, with a lot of great content and people. Queen Ziggy Dreadful on Twitch. Queen is not in the name on Twitch. Ziggy Dreadful on Twitch. Maeve Thel on Twitch. Adius Dade on Twitch and Instagram, Mr. Malice on YouTube, and Adius Dade on Facebook and Twitter, who along with Mystic Salon here does a Friday night podcast. Are we allowed to say the new name or keep it the same?
Not yet.
One? The Malice Experience. And we are Two Pondering Pagans on YouTube and Facebook and Two Pondering Pagans on Twitter.
The name's not private. It's just not ready yet. It's not up. Still Mouse Experience at the moment.
I'm Rook Tempest on YouTube and Rook_Tempest on Instagram. Right here with me is Mystic Salon, one word, on Twitch, and Salon Talwin on YouTube. Thank you so much for spending part of your Sunday morning with us. We love you. We love the community. And just have a great day and a great week.
Agree. And Kayla, yes, we absolutely will. Just drop all of your contact stuffy information thingies in our either my private message. I think we've DM'd a few times, so just drop it in there so I can add it to it. And it'll take us a couple of weeks usually to get it on there because it takes me forever. But we will definitely add you on there, and then we just rotate the top one every couple of months.
Yeah.
But we will absolutely love to throw you in there.
We want to add Kayla.
Shoot that information to me, and if anybody else wants it, we'll be more than happy to put it up there. Plus, if anything's wrong, let us know.
And we'll even go to the 3 or 4 slides if we have to. This is literally one of my favorite parts of the whole thing.
Yep, and we will see you next week or in just a few minutes in our Discord.
All right, have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
And a great week. Woot woot.
Woot woot.